Hi everyone. There's one skill which I find exceptionally important, especially when starting this business. And quite frankly, it took me a couple of years to work out how important this skill was. But once I had it, it totally transformed my business. And that is the skill of when people give you a buying signal, so they've just told you how much they want or need a particular product or our opportunity, to actually make sure that they buy, or that they actually join and sign the form. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a few tools, a few sentences which are fantastic to have up your sleeve, and just to quite confidently make sure that people understand what the next step is, or that's what it actually is. So let's just say you're in a product launch scenario, and at the end you're having individual chats with people, and someone just says, actually, yeah, that heat lotion, that sounded like a really, really good product. So you're going to chat a little bit about it, and then you're going to say, well, I'm going to be putting in an order on my next order on Friday lunchtime. Do you want me to get you one? Okay, this person, Susie, then says, oh, yes, please, that's a good idea. Obviously clarified the price and everything. You then get your receipt pad out. So I always have my receipt pad with me, even if I'm at the gym. I have it everywhere I go, so that I can instantly write a receipt. I will then tell them how much it is, and I will quite simply ask the question, how would you like to pay me? Cash, check, or backs? Bearing in mind that I will be putting in my order Friday lunchtime. Okay, that way you've made sure there's clarity on both sides, that they are actually going to purchase the product, and you've got the money to physically purchase the product. Okay. So that receipt, having the receipt pad with you all the time, is really important. Equally, with existing customers, you're obviously good customer service. You're going to be in touch with them anyway, and you'll be tracking when they're going to be running out, especially with the drinking gel. So why not call them when you know you're putting in an order, especially, and just say, in 5 days' time, I'm going to be putting in an order, and it looks like you're coming to the bottom of your bottle, but obviously I can order anything else you'd like as well. What can I get you? Okay, so quick message, quick text, just to saying that you're putting in an order, and do they need a top up or something, or is there anything else anything new they'd like to order? Okay. So that's a product and product selling kind of atmosphere. Let's have a look at the prospecting side. Okay, so I very often find that I'm speaking to team members, prospects, who are really, really keen, but then nothing ever happens and comes of that. So it's really important. Let's just say you've done a one-to-one with someone. You can see in their body language they're really excited. So ask them what they're excited about. Ask them questions like, which bits did you like best? Get other people to tell you over and over again how much and what they like about the opportunity they've seen, rather than you telling them. It's very, very powerful, because it helps people make up their own mind. So questions like which bits did you like best are really powerful. Another question I then ask as well, because I feel it exudes confidence, is just to say to people, what do you want to get out of this business, or what would you want to get out of this business? Just stop talking and look at them, and you will see the excitement in their face. Before you ask these questions, you just might want to clarify if they have any kind of any questions they want to talk about. So at the end of the one-to-one, the first question I usually ask is I just kind of pause for a moment, and then I'll just simply ask, what questions can I ask? Because at the moment my role is to just make sure you have all the information to make an informed decision. They then tell me what their question is, we discuss it. I then ask, what other questions do you have? We discuss that question. And then when I know that there's no more remaining question and they're still really excited, we've discussed the business evaluation pack and the price of it and all of that, they're really, really excited, I will then ask them, which bits did you like best, even if they've already told me, and then I'll ask them, what would you want to get out of this business? And then finally, after that, I will then say, really, really important question, because it almost kind of summarizes everything and wraps it up. Can you see how together with my help under the umbrella of Forever, we can really nail this, and you can achieve that first holiday for your children, which you told me you wanted. Stop talking, look them in the eye, and if they then say yes again, the more yeses you get, the more likely it is to happen. So, get into the habit of being interested in people and learning to ask questions, lots of questions. So at this stage, they've told you 4 times how excited they are. They've got all the information. So all that remains for you to say is, great, let's get you started. It's not a question of if they get started, because they've already told you that they want to get started. So what you're doing is great. You're just saying, great, let's get you started. You're going to get the form either up on the screen if it's online, or you're going to get the form, the actual paper form out before they've even answered the question, because remember, they've already told you how much they want this, and you're just going to quickly talk them through what they need to fill in the form. I usually leave them to it. I quite like to give them some space to, just rather than me looking over their shoulder. I usually pop to the loo or just leave the room and find when I've done all of that, the form is filled in. So hopefully, if you go back through this short video, you can write down some of the questions which are really, really useful to have up your sleeve to actually make all of these things happen. So I hope that was useful, and I wish you lots and lots of success with getting new customers and signing people up to the business, and I'll be there to help them along the way.